Welcome everyone to NAPW's eCoaching Networking event. eCoaching has taken the stage not only fostering real-time networking, but also assisting our members through focused topics to move the needle professionally through live events hosted by our VIP NAPW members who are professional coaches. We couldn't be more excited to be offering you more networking and professional development opportunities in 2017. We encourage you to carve out the time and keep coming back to our online events because of its ease and ability to network from your office while on the road and even from the comfort of your own home. You will see at the bottom left of your screen a box that explains how to create a private chat room with any attendee you wish to speak with off the group chat during the event, as it can be difficult to keep up with one or several people you've connected with, especially when the chat room moves so quickly. Since we only have 30 minutes together today, I want to get our session started by introducing you to this session's coach. Irina Meza is an accountability and leadership strategist. She works with leaders to develop strategies, including leadership mapping for their continued development, strengths, and enhancement of stretch areas. She focuses on personal accountability and ownership and teaches leaders how to develop these core principles in their staff. Irina empowers leaders with the knowledge and confidence to develop staff and address team issues, powerfully handle personal issues, and become a thought leader with paths to reaching future goals. Irina has over 15 years of leadership experience, has managed multiple teams, and worked with new supervisors, directors, executive leaders, and teams of all sizes. Irina uses two signature programs, Purposeful Coaching and Succeed with 16 for one-on-one coaching and team workshops. With Purposeful Coaching, Irina focuses on no-fluff, no-nonsense coaching and empowers leaders to turn the mirror on themselves to self-reflect on how their actions or lack of actions affect their team. Irina is also a certified Myers-Briggs practitioner, and her signature program, Succeed with 16, is built around Myers-Briggs and self-awareness, and currently also offers e-courses for the self-paced but highly motivated continuous learner. Good afternoon, Irina, and welcome.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you. So we are going to go ahead. I'm sorry, Louise. We're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to start you off with a quote. This is by Madeleine Albright. There's a special place in hell for women who don't support each other. And I know right off the bat you're thinking this is a very harsh quote, but I'm an accountability and leadership strategist, and I really work with leaders to push themselves out of their comfort zone and to really try to turn that mirror back on themselves so that they can self-reflect on how their lack of action or their action helped their team to be successful or got in the way of their team's success. And this e-coaching session is not going to be any different. It's going to be no-nonsense, purposeful coaching on the importance of mentorship. And once we get out of our own ways, we will know that your success does not equal my failure, and my success does not equal your failure. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so glad that you guys are all here, and we're going to start with a poll question. Do you have a mentor that you currently work with? 1, I have a mentor that I work with regularly. 2, I have a mentor I can reach out to when I need help. 3, I'm in a Facebook group that offers group mentoring or coaching. Or 4, I do not have a mentor. And that poll question should be popping up right now. So let us know. And I'm not talking about a coworker that you may vent to at the office about work. I'm talking about someone that's a trusted advisor for you that you can go to, that knows your work goals and knows your work path and knows where you want to get, and who will give you that big picture, and who's not afraid to tell you that, I don't think you should be doing that. So what are we thinking? So right now it looks like 16% have a mentor they work with regularly. 21% have a mentor they can reach out to. 3% are in a Facebook group that offers group. Oh, that just went up to 4%. It looks like 54% right now don't have a mentor. I'm going to give it a few more seconds and see if that changes. So we have a wide range in here, which is fantastic because I think everybody's going to get a little bit of something out of this presentation. Whether you don't have a mentor or whether you're an experienced mentor, there's a lot of good info. Okay, so I'm going to look at this one more time. So it looks like 56% don't have a mentor, 4% are in a Facebook group that offers group mentoring or coaching, 25% have a mentor they can reach out to when they need help, and 12% have a mentor that they work with regularly. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to talk about is mindset. When you're looking for a mentor, or if you are currently a mentor, have a mentor you're working with, you definitely want to work on your mindset. I truly believe that if you change your mindset, that you change your life. And how you start your day can set up the rest of the day and how you'll react to things that go on throughout the day. I'm not saying that if you start your day by thinking all positive things, that everything's going to go great and you're not going to have stumbling blocks. But what I found is that if I start my day by pumping myself up and saying, I know today's going to be great, that I'm going to be successful at everything I do, that I'm going to provide fantastic coaching services, when that stumbling block comes along, I'm more easily able to identify the negative piece and then quickly go to that solution. So that's what I mean by setting the stage of your day with your thoughts. Think about what you're going to be doing that day and how successful you're going to be at it. Pump yourself up. Bring that confidence to yourself, because you can definitely get that going and make your day start off with a fantastic positive aspect. Positivity is super important, but gratitude is everything. Now, I know we probably all like to say that we're thankful for our life and we're thankful for our family, and all of those things are super important when you think about how grateful you are. But I'm even talking about the littlest details, like I'm thankful for the fuzzy slippers I got to wear today. I'm thankful that I got to sleep an extra 10 minutes. Really start to focus on all the gratitude that you have in your life every single day, because that helps you get into that mindset of everything's going to work out for me. I'm going to have a great, fantastic day. And again, that stumbling block is probably going to happen. However, when you get to that stumbling block, you're going to be able to quickly say, oh, crap, that sucks. But here's a solution for that. You're going to be able to come more quickly to that solution than you would have been if you were focused more on the negative. That's how you're going to start to create your own atmosphere of success, is by focusing on that positive, focusing on that gratitude, and really setting up your day for how you want it to go. Be the type of person that you want to be around. If you don't want to be around people that complain or that are negative or that are constantly venting about work, make sure that you're not that type of person also. I know that a ton of people say that it's therapeutic to vent. I don't necessarily agree with that, because sometimes when you vent, all you're doing is just rehashing all of those feelings, all of those things that made you upset the first time. So when you vent to someone else the second time, it doesn't really make you feel any good, right? So really think about those things that upset you, and do you really want to hash that out with someone else, or do you want to start looking for that solution and that positive? So mindset to me is super important. It's the foundation of starting a relationship with a mentor, and then just on your own, if you don't want to have a mentor, it's super important for building that foundation for the rest of your day. Self-reflection. This one is extremely important as well. If you can't start to self-reflect and realize those areas that maybe you want to work on, or those strengths that you have, it's going to be so hard for you to get into a mentor-mentee relationship and be able to understand what your coach or your mentor is trying to tell you. So just take a few moments to self-reflect at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be about anything negative. Sure, you might have had a really negative relationship or a really negative interaction with a coworker, and you can totally self-reflect on that and say, is there something I could have done a little differently? Should I have changed the way I responded? Should I have controlled my facial expression? Whatever it is. But I'm talking about day to day. So even after I get off of this webinar, I'm going to think about, what could I have done differently? Did I talk too fast? Did I go through my slides too quickly? How can I do better the next time? And when you start to self-reflect, you then start to become more self-aware. How do I go about getting a mentor? Thanks, Tamara. Great question. We are definitely going to get to that slide. The next thing we're going to talk about before we get to how to get a mentor is, are you doing mindset work? So right now, one, I'm a pro at keeping myself positive and creating my future. Two, I have a coach and I'm working on my mindset. Three, I want to work on my mindset, but I'm not sure how. Four, I'm not doing any mindset work. For me, again, mindset work is so important. I like to start off my day, do 15 minutes of meditation, set the stage and segment my day. This is how I think things are going to go. If you're not doing mindset work, that's completely fine. It's a completely individual choice. I'm just trying to kind of get a feel, this complete self-assessment on how you feel if you're working on your mindset. So we have 15% who are pros at mindset. We have 17% who has a coach and they're working on mindset. 44% want to work on mindset but are not sure how. I actually have a great mindset coach, and I'm going to share some of my favorite coaches at the end, and I'll share who she is. And then 14% are not doing mindset at all just yet. So the 49% actually went up to, I want to work on mindset, but I'm not sure how, and 23% are pros. That's fantastic. So again, this is really just self-assessment and self-reflection and on where you're at with your own mindset work. And this is super important for me when I'm laying the foundation of working with a new client or working with someone new. Where are they at in their mindset work as well? Okay, so The Way You Tell Your Story to Yourself Matters by Amy Cuddy. And this is so important. I completely agree with it. So you've all probably seen the commercial where the two young ladies are in the elevator and they're like pumping each other up, like, we can go do this presentation. We're so badass, and we're going to get this promotion because, you know we did the numbers and we know we did the research. That's the exact same thing you do for yourself when you set your mindset up and you set the stage for your day. The way you tell your story to yourself absolutely matters. If you go into a presentation knowing that you're going to kick butt and your confidence is sky high, you're going to do the best you can. If you go into a presentation or a meeting or your mental relationship thinking that it's going to be a waste of time, then you're going to find all those different pieces that make it a waste of time. So please make sure. Somebody's asking you, Paulette, thank you. You want me to move closer to the microphone? Let me see. I'm going to get it over here. So make sure that, can you guys hear me better now? Carolyn, can you hear me? Yes, a little. How about now? Yes, voice is muffled. Volume is low. Okay, well, I have it all the way up. A little better. I can hear you clearly. Okay, so make sure that the way you tell your story to yourself, that matters. How you hype yourself up, all of those pieces matter. So you want to make sure that you're setting your day in a positive aspect, on a positive note. So building relationships. So before we can even jump to how to find a mentor, the first thing that you have to do is build relationships. So what I want you to do is make connections with women who inspire you. And this can be as many women as you want to make connections with. It's all about building that network. So whether it's on a Facebook group, whether it's on online, on social media, whether it's somebody who works in an organization with you jointly, make those connections. Make that call and say, hey, can we have a cup of coffee together? Hey, can we meet for lunch? If it's online, genuinely send that message and say, this is how what you do impacts me, and I just want to join your VIP Facebook group, or I just want to become your friend, or I'm going to follow you on Instagram. And, you know, those quotes that you send me every day are so inspiring. You cannot find a mentor without building a relationship first. If you don't know their style, if you don't know how you'll mesh with their style, you won't be able to know if they'll be a good mentor for you. So you want to make sure that you build that connection with as many women as you possibly can first before you start that mentor search. Plus, you're building a good network and you're building a good support system. You also want to make sure that you're bringing value to those relationships. You're here because you're a strong woman. You're a strong professional woman. You're part of NAPW. We know you want to move forward in your career, or you're at a fantastic spot in your career. So you're definitely already bringing value to that relationship. And that doesn't mean that you have to provide that other person with a ton of different things. It just means that you're sharing your strengths and you're making sure that you're bringing value. Don't expect to take and not give. Just like any relationship, just like if you're in a relationship with your spouse, you can't just take. You have to make sure it's a two-way street, and that you're both giving and you're both taking. Be fearless in meeting women and reach out authentically. I know sometimes we're like, that person has 300,000 followers. They probably don't want to talk to me. Be fearless. You might get a no, but you also may get a yes. Don't worry about the no. Just make that connection and be authentic. Tell that person, you know what, the way you branded your business is really impactful to me. The way you developed your team was so impactful. I really want to have lunch with you. I really want to have a 30-minute call with you. I just want to pick your brain because what you did really helped me out, and I really want to know how to do that too. Make sure that you reach out authentically, and 9 times out of 10, when you do that and you're genuine, the other person will be like, okay, yeah, I want to reach out with this person. You're not asking for a mentor yet. All you're asking for right now is a friendship, a relationship. You're starting that foundation to get there. Share why you reached out and how they impacted you. Exactly what I just talked about. Make sure that you're genuinely sharing what that person did that impacted you, and when it's genuine, they'll respond that way. So here's a great quote by Serena Williams. The success of every woman should be the inspiration to another. We should raise each other up. Make sure you're very courageous, be strong, be extremely kind, and above all, be humble. Exactly. Make sure that you're fearless in those interactions and that you're reaching out to people. Again, a no is just a no. You may get a bunch of no's before you get a yes, but again, you're just making those connections to start building those relationships. Being humble is so true. Make sure you come into that relationship by being humble. P. Banks, thank you for sharing that. That's fantastic. Making that connection. Okay, so now we're at the point of trying to find that mentor. So you've built that relationship with a lot of different women who inspire you, and you've started to build that relationship. So once you know that person and you've built that relationship, you may have 5 or 10 different people that you have been regularly interacting with, whether it's a phone call every other month, whether you meet with them for lunch, whether you're following them on their VIP Facebook group, whatever it may be. Once you know their style, then you can start to determine who can be your mentor. And you don't just have to have one mentor. You can have 3 or 4 mentors. You can have multiple people that you're working with that help you with multiple different things. It's completely up to you, but you got to build that relationship first so that you know who would be a good mentor for you and how you'll mesh with them and how they'll fit with you. Know her style. Know why you're a good fit. And then go for the ask. This part is super easy. Just ask. Just go and ask them that you want to be a mentor. If you already know that person's style, the ask will be easy, but make sure you know what you're asking for. If you're asking for a 30-minute call every other week and lunch once a month because they're in your local area, make sure you ask for that. Say, hey, I really think that, how you mentored your team was fantastic. I see that you're so successful. Your team is extremely high performing. I want a team like that. I would really love for you to be my mentor. And for me, that would really be, a 30-minute call once a week if you're able. I'd love to sit down and have lunch with you, but be flexible. Make sure you know that person may not be able to give you all of that time. They may turn around and say, hey, you know what? I can meet with you once a month for 30 minutes and I can do a lunch with you. Be flexible to what they're offering to you. Somebody else has probably already asked them to be a mentor too, so just make sure you're flexible, but make sure you know what your needs are before you make the ask. If you make the ask and you don't know what you're asking for, then it's going to be a little harder for them to make that decision on how they can help you or not. And if you start calling them every day, at midnight or whatever, then your relationship's going to start to get strained. So make sure you know what your needs are and that person's style are before you make the ask. But it's okay if they say no, because remember, you built that whole other list of connections with all these other women who inspired you. So if they say no, please don't internalize. I know lots of people, myself included, where we internalize and we automatically assume, I did something wrong, something's wrong with me, they don't want to work with me. Don't internalize. A no is just a no. Go back to that huge network that you built and find someone else who you know would be a good mentor fit for you. And remember, you bring value to this relationship also. You have strengths, and there's only one person like you, so you bring a ton of strength to this relationship also. You bring value to this relationship as well. So this quote, I will tell you, is probably my favorite quote ever. A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. I love to help people push themselves out of their comfort zone so that they can grow into better leaders, stronger leaders, and help develop others. So I want for you guys as well to push yourself out of your comfort zone. If you know somebody that you want to mentor you now, make sure when you get off this call, make a plan to call that person. Don't wait. Be fearless and go ahead and reach out to that person. Being coachable. This is so important if you want to have a mentor. You have to be coachable. You don't know everything, but neither does she. So you may come to the table and you may ask a question and she may tell you, you know what, let me get back to you. And guess what? She's probably calling her mentor to get some feedback. And that's okay. We don't all know everything, but that's the power of we. When we all work together and we all put our biases aside and we all put ourselves aside and say we can be successful together. Her success does not equal my failure. That's how we all succeed. So make sure you know that there are going to be times she's not going to know everything, and that's completely okay. And in order for you to be coachable, you have to understand that you don't know everything also. And sometimes, and I'm going to take that back, I know it's not going to be sometimes, there's going to be a point when you're going to get feedback from your mentor that you're not going to like, and you're going to be like, no, that's not me. She is not talking about me. But she is, and you have to be coachable, and you have to take that moment to self-reflect. And that's why I talked about mindset at the beginning and self-reflection, because your mentor wants the best for you. So make sure you're being coachable and you're taking that feedback and you're really trying to reflect on how that feedback applied to you. Bring solutions with any problem you bring to the table. As a mentor, I want to know that you've really thought this out also, and that you're not just coming and asking me for guidance or feedback, that you're coming to the table and saying, you know what, this is the problem I have with this employee, or this is the problem I have with this person, but this is what I think I might try. What do you think about that? And then you're really going to be able to come up with a plan that works and that's going to be solid, that you can go back and try. Show gratitude and have zero attitude. Again, this goes back to, you're going to get that feedback sometimes that you're not going to like, and you're going to get that feedback and you're going to say, I know that I don't do that. But guess what? If she's telling you, you are, because your mentor really is that person who's unbiased, who's looking from the outside, who's giving you that big picture view. So you definitely want to make sure that you take a moment to self-reflect, absorb that feedback, and figure out how you can make those changes. Take the guidance and really implement it. So if your mentor comes up with guidance for you, if you come up with a plan, make sure you implement that plan. Don't come back to your mentor and say, yeah, I know we talked about that. I know we said we were going to do something different, but I didn't do it. Because if she, I'm not even talking about a paid mentor, if this is somebody who volunteered to mentor you on their own, they're going to feel like you're wasting their time. They're putting this effort into helping coach and develop you. So make sure that you really take that guidance. Don't lie to yourself or your mentor. If there's feedback you've gotten and you really don't like it, or if you're at the point where you know you're not coachable, it's so much better for you to tell your mentor, you know what, at this point, I don't think I'm ready to have a mentor. I think that I need to work more on self-reflection, or I need to work more on mindset. How about I give you a call in 3 months and then we try to mentor again? It's much better for you to end the mentor relationship that way versus you dodging your mentor, you know, showing up to meetings and you're mad, or having a lot of attitude and not being receptive to their ideas, and then you burn that bridge forever, and then you no longer have that connection or that mentor. Be honest with yourself, be honest with your mentor, and you'll get to better places. And even if that's, I'm not ready to be mentored yet, keep a journal. Keep a journal, write down your thoughts, write down those things that you're struggling with, write down your interactions with your mentor, how you felt. This is really where you're going to start to learn how to self-reflect and really start becoming more self-aware about the things that trigger you, about the things that you need to work on, about the things that you're fabulous at that you're ready to mentor someone else on. So next quote is from Anne Frank. Beautiful quote. Everyone has inside of her a place of good news. The good news is that you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love, what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. And this is so true. Again, we can all succeed. We don't need to compete with anyone because we can all succeed, and we can all succeed together. Empowering others. So this is even before we start talking about whether you're ready to be a mentor or not, or whether you're not a mentor yet, or you're not in a mentor relationship as a mentee yet. You can always empower someone.
Irina, we lost you. If you want to dial back in. Ladies, as Irina tries to work on getting her sound back, please go ahead and put any questions that you have into the chat box, because I just want you to all know that Irina will be answering all of your questions post-event. So don't feel that, you know, you're being left behind here, not having a question answered. So go ahead and do that, and let's see if Irina can get back on.
I'm back on.
Wonderful. Go ahead.
So my phone just hung up all of a sudden. So I was just talking about empowering others. You don't have to be a mentor to empower someone else. You can still send out those good vibes. You can still help somebody that you work with. You can still help someone else without taking on that official role of being a mentor. But make sure that when you're empowering someone else, you're sending out those good vibes. No messy allowed. I'm not sure about you guys, but I have been in a workplace before where it felt like there was a clique and mean girls, and it was so hard to move forward because somebody else felt like if I was successful, then they weren't successful. So make sure now is the point to really agree to no messy. I'm going to help empower someone else, whether I'm a mentor or whether I'm not a mentor, because again, we can all succeed together. So, last poll question, how ready are you to be a mentor? And I know a lot of you didn't have mentors, but some of you did. So those of you who have had mentors, or even if you've never had a mentor at all, you really still have a lot of strengths. So how ready are you to be a mentor? So 5 is I'm an active mentor and helping develop others is something I love doing. 4, I just started helping others. 3, I'm ready to mentor but not sure where to start. 2, I'm being mentored myself and don't think I can help someone else. And 1, not ready to be a mentor. So we have 29% who are saying that they're active mentors. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're mentors. I appreciate the fact that people mentor other people because I know that there are some fabulous people that helped empower me to get me where I am. 15% just started helping others, and they may or may not be an official mentor, but they want to help others succeed. 26% said, I'm ready to mentor, but not sure where to start. If you are part of NAPW, I would definitely start with your local NAPW chapter because I'm sure that there are a lot of people who would love to be mentored there also. I am being mentored myself and don't think I can help anyone else. 5%, that's great. I'm glad you've connected with a mentor. And 20% are not ready to mentor at all. And that's completely okay also. And I'm sure somebody's going to be knocking at all of your door eventually. How do you rise? Tara says, how do you rise above so much negativity? I love helping and empowering others. I really try to start by segmenting my day and really thinking about how I want my day to go and being successful. And there are going to be some people who are going to be negative no matter what. And sometimes I just have to drown them out and ignore what they're telling me and move on. Sometimes the positivity and the importance of things that you're sharing are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. And I think that this is where this quote comes into play. This is by Kara Alwaleba. Do not apologize for your decision to elevate your thoughts, upgrade your standards, or separate yourself from those who interrupt your greatness. Sometimes you're going to have to leave people behind who are not going where you're going, who don't understand that you're creating an environment of success for yourself and that you want to be positive and you don't want to be around those negative people anymore. And that's okay. It's okay for you to move away from that if they're interrupting your greatness. So these are my kick butt coaches that I love. So the first one is Jilly Sue, and you're going to all get this information. She's a powerful girl boss motivator. If you're looking to understand how to brand yourself, how to make yourself original in your business, how to create your own graphics, how to work Canva and TikMonkey, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, she'd be your gal. Carol Alwaleba, she's the author of Girl Code and Style Your Mind and the Champagne Diet. She has a podcast. She's super positive. If you're looking for a space with a ton of empowering women, you definitely want to check out Slay Baby Bosses and Slay Baby Collective because there are a ton of women who are super positive and who you can ask questions to, who will give you feedback, and who want you to succeed as well. Julia Bickerstaff with the Business Bakery, she will teach you how to price products, how to price services, the importance of tracking your time. She also does a 100-day goal every I think it's 3 or 4 times a year, and she actually gives you all free printables. You develop your own goal, and then you write all your own micro actions, and she gives you daily motivation. She's fantastic. That's another one that's free. And then I have Stacy Tuschel up here with Brand Your Passion, and she's building her empire. She does a ton of free Facebook challenges, and the great thing about Stacy is that if you participate in her challenges, she will actually go in, read your feedback, and provide you with solid feedback and advice and guidance. And there may be hundreds of women that are participating as well, but she will actually provide you feedback. The only other one I wanted to throw in quickly is Molly Sapp. She's here in Austin, and if you're looking for a mindset coach, Molly Sapp is fantastic. She's got a Facebook group. She has coaching one-on-one and group coaching. She does cuss a little, so if you're a little sensitive to that, you may not want to use her, but she's fantastic if you have no problem with a little bit of cussing. Lastly, let's connect. So if you want to reach out to me, my email address is there, my website. If you're looking for a playlist on Spotify, I have a Work It Girl playlist that will keep you motivated, whether you're exercising or just heading out for the day. And then you can find me on Twitter at Irina Meza as well.
Thank you, Irina, for a wonderful session and your amazing insight on support and empowerment through mentoring. You'll see now on your screen a link to our next e-coaching event, which will be July 18th at noon Eastern. This starts our summer replay sessions that will all host live networking. The event title is Lead Like a Heroine and Turn Fear into Fuel. Also, please make sure to go to napw.com e-coaching group page and join our hosts and other attendees there to continue the conversation on the group activity wall. Look out for our communications for all upcoming e-events. And if you're interested in submitting to be an e-coaching host, please reach out to us on the email that you see on your screen. Thank you, Irina, and to the 150 members who attended today's amazing e-coaching session. We look forward to seeing you next time.